Hey, my loves, it is me, Leo Rochelle, and the Fat Girl Chronicles here to come to you with my next topic and my second video on the Fat Girl Chronicles YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me. And my topic today is Black women and the stigma to be superwoman. I saw a video on Facebook yesterday or a couple days ago that talked about this need for Black women to always feel like they have to be superwoman. And it really resonated with me, and it really hit home, and it brought about a lot of thoughts within myself. Am I superwoman? Do I have this stigma to want to be the strong woman all the time, no matter what's going on, no matter what I'm doing, no matter who I'm around? Do I always feel the need to be super? Do I always feel the need to want to hide my feelings and be as though the things that I go through or that I deal with don't exist? And I looked at myself, and it really made me realize that, yes, I am that woman. I am one of those women. And to an extent, I cried because realizing that I'm not superwoman. I don't have to walk around all the time as though I have an S on my chest and nothing bothers me, nothing brings me down, nothing keeps me from moving forward. And the reason that I wanted to make this video and make it a really big part of understanding me is because we as Black women think that we have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. And even when we're tired, we're stressed, we're scared, we're angry, we are fed up, and we just can't take it anymore. Even when we're sad, even when we're confused or stressed out, we are still walking around with this smile on our face, and it's messing us up. It's really giving the world this false understanding or this false persona of Black women. We as Black women are not superwomen. We are not obligated to set ourselves on fire in order to heat someone else up. And not just Black women, but women in general. But this video that I spoke about Black women and how it affects our mental health in the long run, trying to be superwoman. Trying to continuously move forward and take care of our families, our friends, and our children, our relationships, our careers, and all of those things, and still not even really getting ahead. That resonated with me because I have an issue with telling people this is where I fall short, or I have an issue with telling people what's actually going on with me or what's actually wrong with me because of the fact that I don't want to appear weak. I don't want to appear to not have it all together. I don't want to appear as though I'm failing at life. So therefore, I keep pushing forward, and I keep trying, and I keep doing, and I keep trying to make myself believe that if I keep up this facade and if I keep up this ideal of what I'm supposed to be and who I'm supposed to be and at this place or whatever place I'm supposed to be at in my life, then I'll be okay. But I'm not okay. Just the other morning, I woke up looking at my life, looking at my situation, and realizing what it is and what it was and what it is not. And yeah, I cried because I'm 33 years old, and I thought at this point in my life, I would be further along. At this point in my life, I wouldn't be struggling. At this point in my life, I would have been married and have children and on my way to making six figures, and all of these ideas or thoughts that I had in my head when I was younger, that by this time in my life that I would have had all these things. And I didn't cry because I felt like a failure. I cried because I felt like, why did I feel as though that I had to follow the status quo? Why did I feel like I had to fall in line with what the world told me I had to do? Why did I feel as though I had to be who the world expected me to be, or where the world expected me to be, or to fall in line with these standards of the world? I'm not obligated to be Superwoman. I'm not obligated to deal with everybody and their drama and their mess and then still be able to be sane and have peace. I'm not obligated to deal with people's disrespect, and I'm not obligated to deal with people who don't even understand themselves, but yet expect me to understand them. I'm not a psychic, and I'm not a therapist. That's not my job. That's not what I do. But what I can offer is a hug and some peace and an ear and a shoulder. But even when I don't have that to offer, understand there's a reason. Understand that I have to protect my peace. I do want to offer to the women that may watch this video to understand that you do not have to deal with everything that the world throws at you, or everything that your family, friends, coworkers, your job, your career. You don't have to deal with all of that and deal with it in silence. You don't have to deal with all of that and think that nobody understands you. You don't have to deal with all of that and think that, hey, I'm failing at life. No, you learn from your failures and you fail forward. It does not mean that you have to set yourself or these high, unrealistic expectations for yourself. And when you don't follow through, or when they don't line up, that you are expected to lose your mind over those things. I think when it is all said and done, we aren't meant to be super. We're human. We're meant to be human. We're meant to go through things and feel those things as we go through them and as we deal with them. You are not a heartless, emotionless person. You are equipped with emotions and a heart for a reason. The things that you deal with and go through on a consistent basis, you go through them and you deal with them for a reason. And the reason, who knows? Sometimes we never know what the reason is that we go through all the things that we go through. Sometimes we never fully understand why we have to deal with hard times and all of those things. But one thing that I can say that we as women have to stop doing, we have to stop expecting others to be able to read our minds and know what's going on with us when we don't even open our mouths to say, hey, I'm not okay. And it's okay to say you're not okay. If there's nothing that I've learned recently in my life, that's it. I've learned to say that I'm not okay. I've learned to stop trying to always be the strong friend and always trying to be there for everyone else when I'm losing my mind myself. I've been dealing with a lot recently in my life and within the last 3 years, I've dealt with a lot of soul searching, a lot of trying to understand who I am, a lot of learning about the person that I want to be and the person that I am now. The person that I'm becoming is a woman that is all about making sure that her life is in order. But right now, the woman that I am, her life is in chaos. And she's learning to be able to deal with the chaos as it is, and not for what she wants it to be. I'm learning to be able to have discipline in my life, because without discipline, you will not get anywhere. You won't move forward in anything that it is that you want to do with your life. You won't be able to have a successful career or business. And that's what I want for my life. So therefore, I have to have discipline. I'm learning to be more financially responsible, because I never really had to be responsible up until 5 years ago, with my finances. I was, so to speak, a kept woman, and therefore I didn't have to be responsible for my own finances. I didn't have to be responsible for my own well-being. And so within the last 5 years, I can say that it's been a doozy. It's been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of uncertainty and a lot of losing and a lot of losses that I wouldn't wish on anybody. And I mean losses as far as jobs, vehicles, loved ones. And losing those loved ones hit me to the core of my being, to the point where I was depressed. I still have days where I wake up at a very low point, and I don't know if it's depression or just a really, really deep sadness, but either way, it's okay for me to say that now, because it was a time where I hear that from everybody. Nobody knew that I would take off days and go home and cry and be in my bed all day and eat and go to sleep. And even to the point where I took medicine to try to, deal with the pain, or I tried to drink it away. I tried, I basically, like Solange said in her song, like, I tried to drink it away. I tried to sex it away, all of that. I tried to do all of that in my life. And it was because I was trying to hold on to this facade of being super, and I couldn't feel, and I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted to be, but I knew that I had to hold on to this idea of what the world thought of me. I had to hold on to this idea of who the world expected me to be, and not who I was, or not who I am. And so this is who I am. This is a part of my journey. And every video that I post from here on out will show you parts of my journey. It will open up the blueprint to who Tiffany/Leo Rochelle is. It will open you up to who I am and show you that I'm not Superwoman. I'm not built any differently than you are. I'm not some type of extraterrestrial type of woman in a human body. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and we all still have the same pieces of our body. So therefore, I'm just as human as you are. And it took a lot for me to realize that. And watching the video that showed up on my Facebook feed the other day, it really allowed me to let go. It allowed me to release. It allowed me to say, I don't want to be super. I don't have to be super. I can be me, and I can be vulnerable, and I can be a woman, and I can be soft, and I can cry, and I can be who I was meant to be. And I don't have to have my life together, and I don't have to prove anything to anybody but myself. And so when I realized that, and when I put those pieces together and was able to realize that that's what makes me me, I smiled. I was able to smile. It brought about a whole new thought process. It brought about a new self-release. It brought about a new type of peace in my life. So it gave me the opportunity to say, hey, world, this is who I really am, and not who I've been pretending to be. This is the me that I really am, when you guys think I'm the me that I show you, or the me that you think you see. Nah, those days are gone. And so from here on out, what the world will receive is the real deal Tiffany. The Tiffany that holds back will no longer hold back. The Tiffany that is in fear of a lot of things when it comes to her career and love and being judged and all of those things, no more. I am okay with not being perfect. I am okay with with people not understanding me. It's not meant for you to understand me. It's meant for you to get to know me so that you can be able to embrace me when I'm down, or embrace the true me that I am, regardless of any situation that may come about. I don't want to continue to pretend, and I'm sorry that I'm crying, but it's just who I am. I'm a crybaby, so. But it's to give you the permission to do the same. Me being exactly who I am an unrepeatable miracle that will never happen again. I am I am built with infinite possibilities just like you are. And I want to give you the permission to be able to do the same with who you are. Be you. Don't be super. Don't feel the need to fake the funk. Don't feel the need to put on a facade. Don't feel the need to be somebody that you aren't because of what people expect you to be. Be you. And be you in such a way that you are unapologetic about it. Be you in such a way that if people don't like you, you're still okay with it. You're still okay if people don't like you. Be unapologetic in that. Be unapologetic in your love for others. Be unapologetic in what you do for others, because what you do for others and how you make others feel here is what will matter. Not the money that you spend or not the things that you give, but the way you give of yourself. I just hope that in all of this, that somebody feels free enough to be herself. That whatever I bring to the table or the things that come from my mouth, that it gives just one woman the permission to be unapologetic, to be the butterfly or the rose that grew from the concrete. I want us women to stop feeling as though we have to be super, that we have to pretend, that we have to put on our cape and save everybody and everyone, family, friends, co-workers, and the strange man on the corner. We can't save everybody. And be the you that you were meant to be, regardless of who comes into your life or who leaves your life. I want you to understand that without those people in your life, that you still have a purpose. Even with those people in your life, you still have a purpose. And your purpose is something that you have to figure out and find out. But your purpose isn't to be Superwoman and to save the world or to save everybody around you or save every person that comes into your life. Your purpose is to, whatever you figured out, the grand scheme of life or whatever it is that you're meant to do, do it. But don't do it half-assed. And my favorite thing to say is don't do anything half-assed. Whatever you do, do it with your whole ass. Because you deserve the best you, and so does the world. So work on you to be the best you that you can be in every aspect that you can work on, and strengthen yourself and even your weaknesses. Everybody has weaknesses, but work on your strengths. Continue to groom those so that you can be better, and then work on your weaknesses. And sometimes our weaknesses aren't even our weaknesses. They're actually strengths that keep us protected from the world and protected from those that have come to harm us. But I don't want to draw this video out anymore. I do want everyone to understand that you don't have to walk around with an S on your chest. You are not meant to save the world, but you are meant to change the world and be the change in the world that you wish to see. I think that's it. That's all. And continue to live life beautifully, wholeheartedly, unapologetically, and authentically. I love you all, and I hope that this video touches at least one person. Because if it touched one person, that one person will share it, and it'll touch another person, and so on and so forth. But I thank you for tuning in. Love you guys. Come on, later.